The moonlight swept the entire village as the children ran around gleefully, excitedly playing and holding hands. It was another night for Granny's moonlight tale. Afam and the other children sat on the ground while Granny and her co-wife sat at the front of their mud raffia huts. Granny cleared her throat and began. There lived a certain beautiful princess called Ekenma. She was fondly called Ma because the goddess of beauty created only her the very day she was born. Ma was charming, tall, elegant, and attractive. Young maidens gossiped about her as she passed, while young men threw pleasantries behind her as she walked, her beauty charming all. Ma was beautiful but arrogant and without regard for anyone, including the young men who fell deeply in love with her. One by one, suitors from far and wide came to woo Ma, drawn by tales of her extraordinary loveliness. Yet each time, she scorned their advances with a toss of her head and a cruel laugh upon her lips. "I am too beautiful to settle for the likes of you," she would declare, her voice dripping with disdain as she mocked those who dared to offer their love. But amidst the village despair, a goblin locked in the shadows, a creature of darkness and deceit known as Kwasi, cunning and sly. Kwasi watched Uma from afar, his eyes gleaming with hunger for Uma. Determined to claim Uma for himself, Kwasi concocted a plan to ensnare the proud maiden in his web of deception. With a wave of his twisted hand, he cast a spell upon himself, transforming himself into a handsome man whose fineness rivaled even Uma's beauty. And so it was that Kwasi approached Uma disguised as a suitor, more handsome and noble than any who had come before him. Enthralled by his handsome appearance, Uma welcomed him into her home, her heart swelling with pride at the thought of claiming such a handsome prize. Together, Uma and Kwasi journeyed across rivers and mountains, their love blossoming with each passing day. Yet unknown to Uma, Kwasi's handsome facade concealed a darkness that threatened to consume her whole. One fateful night, as they rested beneath the stars, Kwasi's true form was revealed. A hideous goblin, his twisted features concocted with malice. Horrified by the sight before her, Uma recoiled in fear, her heart filled with a terror unlike any she had ever known. But before she could flee, Kwasi seized her with his clawed hands, his eyes burning with a hunger that chilled her to the bone. "You thought yourself too beautiful for the likes of me," he snarled, his voice like the hiss of a serpent. "But now you shall learn the true price of your arrogance." With the wave of his hand, Kwasi cast a spell upon Uma, transforming her into a creature half goblin, half maiden, a twisted abomination caught between two worlds. As she gazed upon her new form in horror, Uma realized the folly of her pride. Forced to wander the earth as a half-goblin, Uma bore the burden of her arrogance for all eternity, a cautionary tale for those who dared to scorn the love that lay before them. And though her beauty had faded, her heart was filled with regret.